students, I am Bibek from my English Academy. Today we shall discuss about a poem. So at first we know what is poem. It is said that poetry is nothing but the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings which is arising from emotions recollected in tranquility or peacefulness. Today we shall discuss about a poem named The Solitary Reaper, which was composed by William Wordsworth. He is also known as a romantic poet in English literature. This poem was published in the year 1807 when he was on a trip to the Highland of Scotland with his friends. Here he depicts the beauties from a sound or normal scenery. He composed this poem with a short story that he gained at the time of his trip. So this poem is also called a ballad. This poem is divided into 4 octaves, each in 8 lines. Now we come to the poem The Solitary Reaper, which is written by William Wordsworth. We come to the first stanza. At first we read the stanza. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself, stop here or gently pass, alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. So, then we look at the meaning of these difficult words. Behold, behold means see or to look at. Yon, yon means over there. Solitary means alone. Highland means high regions. Lass means girl. Reaping means cutting the grain. Melancholy means sad. Strain means song. Vale means valley. Profound means deep. So come to the meaning of this stanza. Behold her single in the field. At first the poet is saying to his friends, behold her, because the poet was with his friends at that time. So he is addressing his friends. Behold her single in the field. That means look at her who is singing in the field. Yon, that means they are solitary, alone, highland, high regions. Lass means girl. That means a girl, a highland girl who is in her field and she is alone there, reaping and singing by herself. She is reaping, that means cutting grain, and also singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. So the poet here is saying to his friends or passers-by to stop here or gently pass. That means slowly pass without disturb the girl. Alone she cuts and binds the grain. So no one is there with the girl. So alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. So this is important. What she sings? She sings a melancholy strain. That means a sad song. Oh, listen, for the veil profound is overflowing with the sound. Oh, listen, the poet is addressing the passers-by, his friends, that oh, listen. That means it is called hyperbole, a literary devices, who is the poet uses in this stanza. Oh, listen, for the veil profound is overflowing with the sound. That means the poet is saying to his friends that listen her song, which is resounded on the whole valley. So this is about the meaning of this stanza. Then come to the literary devices the poet used here in this stanza. At first he uses at first we see the rhyme scheme of this stanza: A, B, C, C, D, D. So A rhyme scheme is missing here. Then come to last pass B, again stain, C, profound sound D and D. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, D, D. Then we next literary devices the poet uses here, that is apostrophe. At first the poet is saying to his friends, behold her. So the poet in his poem, he also is addressing to his friends, behold her. So this is called apostrophe. Then we come to the next literary devices, that is consonants. Use of consonant sounds again and again in the words. That means L sound is used here again and again. Behold, single, field, solitary, highland, last. So L sound is using again and again. Then we come to assonance. Next literary devices, assonance. That means the sound of vowel sound. That means O sound. O vowel sound is repeating here. Behold, young, solitary, stop, alone. So in this stanza the poet uses this type of literary devices to make the stanza attractive. So now we come to the next stanza. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travelers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest hybrids. So come to the meaning of the difficult words. Chant means sing, weary means very tired, band means a group of people, haunt means a place visited, frequently visited, shady means a roof covered place, hybrids means a group of islands, welcome notes means pleasing sounds, thrilling means exciting. So no nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands. So the song of the nightingale is melodious, and the song of the nightingale is welcomed by the weary bands, the tired travelers, who, when they are in the shady hunt, when they are in a roof covered place in the Arabian desert. So here the poet compares the song of the solitary reaper with the song of the nightingale. The song of the nightingale is melodious and is welcomed by the tired travelers. Still, the song of the solitary reaper is more melodious and heart-touching. So, in next, a voice so thrilling never was heard. In springtime from the cuckoo bird. So when spring comes, at the beginning of the springtime, the cuckoo bird comes out to give its exciting, sweet, melodious song, which breaks the silence of the seas and also among the farthest Hebrides, that means the remote islands which are connected to the North Pole. So, breaking the silence of the seas, that means these seas are connected to the North Pole, and generally there are no waves in the seas. So, breaking the silence of the seas, that means when the cuckoo bird comes out and gives its sweet song, that means it is known that the song of the cuckoo bird breaks the silence of the seas, and the song of the cuckoo bird is heart-touching and is also melodious. So in this stanza, the poet compares the song of the nightingale and the song of the cuckoo bird with the song of the solitary reaper. But the song of the solitary reaper is more melodious than the song of the nightingale and the song of the cuckoo bird. So now we come to the literary devices the poet uses in this stanza. First we come to the rhyme scheme. The same rhyme scheme is followed here. A, B, C, D, chant, haunt, band, sands, heart, bird, seas, Hebrides. So next come to the another literary devices, alliteration. So repetition of consonant sounds in two or more words is called alliteration. That means welcome, very. So among, Arabian. So in this way also the poet uses consonants. The sound of N sound repeated here. Nightingale, chant. So N sound is repeating again and again. Then also the poet uses assonance. That means the vowel sounds, O sounds is using here. So this is about this stanza. Next we come to the next stanza. Now come to the stanza. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far off things and battles long ago, or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be gain. So come to the word meanings. Plaintive numbers means sad music. Humble lay means ordinary song. So come to the meaning of the stanza. Will no one tell me what she sings? The poet here says that will no one tell me what she sings, because the poet doesn't understand the language of the girl. Because the girl sings in Gaelic language of Gaels, so the poet does not understand the language, but the poet feels the music of the language. So, the poet says that the song is taken in number of frames of her past incidents that may be connected with her unhappy or far off things, or it may be old, or it may be connected to the incidents like battles, or is it some more humble lay that may be a ordinary song of our day-to-day incidents and some natural sorrow, loss or pain. But the song is connected, may be connected, the song may be connected with her natural sorrow or loss or pain that has been connecting with her or has connected before some days or maybe for future. So we come to the literary devices of this stanza. So here the poet asks a question, that is a rhetorical question. That means, will no one tell me what she sings? Familiar matter of today, that has been and may be gain. So these are a type of sentences posed to make the point clear. Then we come to another literary devices, that is alliteration. So the poet uses here consonant sounds at the beginning of the words. Then we come to assonance. O sound is repeated here. This is all about the stanza. Then we come to the next stanza. Come to the last stanza. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work, and over the sickle bending. I listened, motionless and still, and as I mounted off the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was here no more. First come to the meaning of the words. Sickle means a tool used for cutting grass or paddy. Motionless means without movement. Bored means carried. So come to the meaning of the stanza. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang. So here the poet says that whatever the theme, that means what may be the topic of the song, but main theme is the maiden sang. What type of song? A sad song. As if her song could have no ending. Because the poet, motionless and without a movement, listened the song, and so the song, the music of the song create a great impact on his mind. So I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was here no more. So when the poet mounted off the hill, he was no more heard the song, but he carried the song in his heart. So the song, the music of the song touches the heart of the poet, and the poet also says that long after a long time, the song, such type of a song, he was here no more. So this is about the meaning of this stanza. So now come to the literary devices. So the same rhyme scheme is followed here. A, B, C, D, D. So A rhyme scheme is missing here in line and 3, in line 1 and line 3. Then ending, bending, B, still, heel, C, bore, more, D and D. Also the poet uses alliteration, the literary device alliteration here. The poet uses consonant sounds at the beginning of the words here. So also the poet uses assonance here. That means he uses I sounds. The vowel sound I again and again here. Also the poet used another literary devices, that is consonants. That means he used here N sound again and again, bending, motion S. So this type of literary devices the poet uses here. This is all about the poem The Solitary Reefer, and in the next class we shall discuss about the question and answers of this poem. Thanks you all.